This week on Safari Hunter's Journal, we travel to the edge of the hill country of Texas to hunt a mixed bag of native and non-native game with the Umarex Hammer 50 caliber air rifle. Our host, Clint Tuma, and the High C Ranch put us on a couple of quality animals, and for the first time, we used the new Umarex Ready Air compressor in the field. It's a Texas combo hunt with an air gun, and it starts now on Safari Hunter's Journal, presented by Umarex.
Oh, it's hot. Oh!
My hunt at the High C Ranch began as a lot of Texas hunts, in a blind overlooking a feeding area. But this hunt was a little different in that we were in an area outside of the enclosure, actually between two large fenced ranches, so all we would see would be free-ranging whitetail. The rut was still a few weeks off, but you wouldn't know it by the bucks' activity. They weren't chasing yet, but they were definitely thinking about it. An older deer meandered my way. This one didn't have record-class headgear, but with his Roman nose, full neck, and sagging belly, I knew this was an older buck that had reached his full potential. Besides, I had 3 antlered deer on my Texas hunting license. Time to put the hammer down.
Not exactly the deer we were looking for, but I have 3 tags, and this is a nice hill country buck. But you know, my friend Clint, who's our host here, he swears these are Coues deer, and I tend to agree with him because we're going to show you. We looked at his teeth. This is a 5-year-old deer, and you know, he's just not that big. But if this is a Coues deer, he's going to be huge, and he's got the body. He has a nice set of antlers for that kind of deer. And you know, hill country buck, it's nice. I've got 2 more tags, but it's really interesting that these guys, this is about as big as they get, so there's a lot of them. And oh, by the way, not a trace of blood anywhere. The bullet just passed through. He goes 40 yards, and that's it.
They are.
It's just slick.
That's a 5.5-year-old deer, 6-year-old deer.
There's just nubs at the top, nothing at the bottom.
Yeah.
He's got some molars and an incisor. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. There. Little tiny little whitetail deer. Kind of look like a Coues deer.
I buy that. I absolutely buy that.
One of the challenges of hunting with high-pressure air is getting the air in the tank. The new Ready Air compressor solves the problem with a safe and reliable means of filling tanks and bottles, and at a size that easily fits in a vehicle or even placed in checked baggage on a plane. Hunting various species often requires employing various techniques. Nilgai antelope have keen eyesight and are very observant, so a pop-up blind wouldn't likely work. But using a dry water tank as a blind wouldn't raise a Nilgai eyebrow. However, the 5-foot walls would require a lot of peeking over the top, a hazard that would become more apparent soon. Many species came and went. There may have been more that we did not see. Finally, a Nilgai cow came close. Perhaps this was a harbinger of things to come. It was. As a number of female and juvenile Nilgai filtered in, I spotted a big bull bringing up the rear. There was just one problem. They were close, as in 40-yard close. And with their excellent eyesight, I could see it being an issue getting the gun up over the wall to take the shot. It was. The herd spotted my movement and took off, but not in escape mode. They simply trotted off several hundred yards and then circled back behind the tank, getting to what would turn out to be 115 yards. Let me show you that sequence again, but this time listen to the impact. The meat slap of a 330 grain bullet hitting a 500-pound antelope at over 100 yards from the barrel of an air gun. The bull was hit hard, but a bit high in the shoulder. Clint came in to help with the track, which was the right call.
There he is.
Oh, are you kidding?
Nice.
Fantastic.
Awesome. 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 Great. Wow.
This bull.
Whoa, is that cool?
Wow.
Awesome. Well done.
Oh, thank you. Well, this was not an easy track. Not much of zero blood.
No, zero blood, but he went a long ways too. He made about 800-900 yards, but he's down.
The thing is, with Nilgai, they're just so hard and so firm.
Absolutely.
They don't bleed a lot. And, you know your ranch and you know where things go. And that's the only reason we found it.
And when they're hit hard in the shoulder like that, it's mostly downhill. And here he is. I mean, right from where we shot, straight down this canyon is where they keep going.
A few hours later.
A few hours later, yeah.
Clint, these are antelope from India.
India and Pakistan.
How'd they get to Texas?
Oh, quite some time ago, back in like 1946, I believe it was. The King Ranch, the YO Ranch, and the Greenwood Valley Ranch bought a bunch from over there when our government and their government were driving together, you know, and they imported them into Texas. King Ranch turned them loose free range. YO turned them loose free range, and Greenwood Valley had them in pasture. And they just exploded. I mean, the Texas population is incredible. The South Texas population is unbelievable. My original stock came from South Texas and came from the King Ranch.
Well, Clint, this has been a thrill. It's a great bull, and I'm looking forward to the backstraps and tenderloins.
Backstraps and tenderloin, that's what we're going to do.
IC Ranch, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
To stay up to date on the latest outdoor and Second Amendment news and to take part in our social media contest giveaways, follow us at Umarex Airguns and at Steve Scott TV.
Okay, man. Bye-bye.